Omicron moves very fast. It's very transmissible. It moves fast. We have to move faster.
Right now on Up with KREM, the new Omicron variant may force Americans to change their holiday plans.
And we're going to take you outside. A little bit of light snow early on this morning, but we've got more snow and rain on the way.
Plus, Lake City High School students helping spread Christmas cheer by giving back to those in need. Hi everyone, thanks for being with us here on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Well, let's get right to some breaking news that we've been tracking this morning. The Spokane Valley Fire Department battled an early morning house fire.
That's right, it started around 3:45 this morning on East Rockwell near North Burns. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk explains what may have been the cause.
The people living here had a lot of Christmas lights and decorations outside the home, and the Spokane Valley Fire Department says that's what started this fire. Firefighters responded around 3:15 this morning to the home on East Rockwell. 3 adults inside made it out safely along with 2 dogs. Firefighters could not find 2 cats in the home but believe they are okay and just hiding. The fire started outside near the front door. Firefighters say the home had smoke detectors, but they weren't beeping. The home is not a complete loss, however, there is quite a bit of damage. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
We will keep you updated about that fire right here on KREM 2.
Well, in the meantime, let's go ahead and get a look at the forecast because it is downright cold this morning. If you have not been outside yet, make sure and bundle up.
That's right. Let's get outside to meteorologist Jeremy Lagu tracking the forecast for us this morning. Good morning, Jeremy. How's it feel out there this morning?
Not bad if you're dressed appropriately. And you know, I've been out here for a couple minutes now, a few minutes just kind of standing here, and it's really not all that bad, but temperatures are hanging out near 19 degrees. We got a little bit of light snow coming down, not enough to really accumulate. It's going to be officially a trace, but that'll have more snow added to it later tonight. So officially in the books, we're going to get a little on the ground today, but right now it's just enough to kind of slicken up the roads like this. Yeah, it's that kind of slick out here, and you can move around quite easily if you just stop walking. You'll just keep sliding. Temps near 20 this morning, so it is a little bit cooler than where we have been, but this is about as cold as we get in the next couple of days. In fact, temperatures start rising today, and even after the sun sets officially at 4 p.m., we'll continue to watch those temps rise well into this evening. So I think we hit our high at about midnight with the way this one's panning out. So putting it in motion. It's clouds today. By 8 p.m. we see that snow develop. I do think it's possible to see a few lighter snow showers before the actual snow arrives. Snow continues overnight and into early Wednesday morning. I think we are talking even more than an inch on the ground by the time I get into the show Wednesday morning. But by Wednesday afternoon or late morning, it transitions into rain, and we're talking the possibility of even more rain as we move through the next few days. So unfortunately, the odds of a white Christmas, even though it would officially count as one now, aren't all that great in the days to come with all of the rain in the forecast.
The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare ended crisis standards of care for North Idaho yesterday. So this means that care for patients without COVID will go back to normal. The Panhandle District was the only area of the state still under those crisis standards. The state's health and welfare director says the number of COVID-19 patients is still high in North Idaho and that the healthcare systems are still stressed, but the amount of patients is no longer exceeding the available resources. He says the situation is, quote, fluid and variable with the increasing number of Omicron cases. All right, now Tim Pham is going to break down what COVID is looking like across the country.
That's right. So taking a look at the nation's capital here, this is actually Snoqualmie Pass, but at the nation's capital this morning, we are expected to hear from President Joe Biden this morning. The coronavirus Omicron variant, now the dominant strain in the U.S. And then later today, Biden will address the country on new details in the fight against the virus and how the Omicron variant is spreading very rapidly. The CDC says the variant is responsible for 73% of the country's new cases last week. In some areas, the number could be even higher. Officials are taking action to slow the spread. Washington, D.C. reinstated an indoor mask mandate. Los Angeles canceled its in-person New Year's Eve celebrations, and New York could follow suit.
An upward trajectory that is steeper than anything we've seen previously.
Omicron moves very fast. It's very transmissible. It moves fast. We have to move faster.
The U.S. has its first confirmed death related to the Omicron variant, a Texas man who was unvaccinated with underlying health conditions. Now, unvaccinated individuals remain by far the most at risk. The CDC says they are 20 times likelier to die of COVID than those who've received all their shots. All right, let's check in with Channing now on travel safety.
Well, Tim, starting today, Canada will once again require fully vaccinated Canadians to provide a negative COVID test when returning. Now, less than a month ago, the country exempted Canadian citizens and even permanent residents who spent 72 hours or less outside the country. This comes as the CDC added 8 countries to its highest risk category.
If you're not vaccinated, I would say travel is really not a great idea because you are in a very vulnerable place now with Omicron.
On top of changing guidelines, cancellations and delays have made the holiday week a difficult one for some trying to catch flights. And in the meantime, Moderna says its booster appears to provide protection against Omicron. The drug company released preliminary data from their lab yesterday. Tests found its booster provides increased antibody levels to fight the virus. It also found a double dose of the booster pushed those levels up much higher. Well, now burnout among healthcare workers continues to be a serious issue as hospitals all over the country enter their latest surge of new COVID cases.
That's right. For 2 Indianapolis doctors, repeating the same information over and over has really been an exhausting job. And they say they want people to understand that COVID is very real and say their own mental health and physical health has suffered in the last 2 years.
Every hospital in the city's full. Every hospital's on diversion. We're all on a bed crunch. We're all on a staffing crunch.
Most of us are suffering from a bit of compassion fatigue. I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, most of us are having trouble sleeping. Our own health has diminished somewhat. We've all gained weight.
Despite their burnout and fatigue, both say they are still dedicated to helping those in need.
For more information about the Omicron variant, text the word COVID to 509-448-2000. It is time now for your morning rush. More news in less time.
A man accused of kidnapping a Lewiston teen is set to appear in court today. 36-year-old Jonathan Bowles and the 15-year-old victim were found by police in Spokane Valley earlier this month. Bowles is charged with multiple counts, including second-degree kidnapping and third-degree assault.
So former South Dakota State offensive coordinator Jason Eck was introduced as the 36th head football coach in the University of Idaho history. The new Vandals head coach will be no stranger to Moscow as he spent 3 seasons as the offensive line coach for Idaho from 2004 to 2006. Eck was an offensive lineman at the University of Wisconsin during the late 1990s. During Eck's time with the Badgers, the team won the Big Ten championship and a Rose Bowl in 1998.
Today, Chas Health is holding their annual Homeless Memorial. The memorial honors Spokane area individuals who were experiencing homelessness when they died. According to Chas, 162 people experiencing homelessness died this year. So their homeless outreach team will be passing out winter survival items. That event will take place at 11 a.m. at their Denny Murphy Clinic.
The votes are in. Kitty Cantina is the Feline Foster Heroes winner. They're a cat rescue / coffee shop right here in Spokane that we've been telling you about. The winner got a $5,000 grant for their annual welfare organization, so they got that $5,000 prize. We spoke with the Cat Cafe last week, and they say they're going to use the money to help animals at the Spokane Center.
Still to come here on Up with KREM, students at Lake City High School are spreading holiday cheer by helping those in need.
And the one thing to know in the world of weather is today is officially the first day of winter. Happy winter solstice, everyone. A lot of people don't really celebrate, but get this. Today, our shortest day of the year, and your fun fact, 8 hours, 25 minutes of daylight and gaining. Tomorrow, we gain 3 seconds.
All right, time now for your wake-up call. We want to know, what is your favorite holiday treat to make, buy, or just enjoy by a nice, cozy fire? You drive the conversation on this show, so text us your thoughts to 509-448-2000 or head on over to social media and use the hashtag #UpWithKREM.
All right, but first, let's take a live look outside this morning. We say good morning to you, Inland Northwest. Happy Tuesday. You see there on the graphic, there's room for everyone on the nice list this year, so let's be nice to everyone today. Shout out to our friends in Davenport, Grand Coulee, Chewelah, and Santa, Idaho. Did you know that was a place? It is a place. Check out our story on YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from this morning. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for more Up with KREM.
you.